Quick question. How much of your workday is spent on boring, repetitive tasks? Be honest. If you're like most businesses, it's way too much. And here's the crazy part. Most of these manual workflows can be automated with AI. And not only can you do it for yourself, but also you can package these solutions and sell them to companies that are stuck in the grind. In this video, I'll show you the 10 most time-consuming tasks that you can automate with AI and even turn into a profitable business service. If you're ready to save time and make money, let's dive right in. So the first thing you can automate are weekly or monthly reporting. And essentially what this looks like is, imagine that it is Friday afternoon and you are stuck exporting data, formatting spreadsheets and writing summaries instead of wrapping up your week and going home. And if you've ever been in that situation, you know that is brutal. With AI, you can set up automated data that pulls from tools like Salesforce, like Google Analytics, and uses integrations like Zapier, Make.com, and A10, or even Power Automate. Then, these tools leverage language models to generate insights and format reports automatically. One marketing team that I know, in fact, used this type of automation to cut reporting time down from 5 hours to just 30 minutes. There's no more headaches, there's no data issues, errors, it's just error-free reporting. Plus, if you set up these automations for other companies, there's a lot of value that you can offer. And this means that you can charge for that value likewise in exchange. So that's the first thing. Next up, we have data cleansing and standardization. And if you have ever tried to clean up a messy customer list, you know that this is a long process. There are duplicates, there are inconsistent phone numbers. Basically, it's chaos. AI tools like OpenAI, like ChatGPT, like Claude, DeepSeek, any of these tools can take all that information, can clean it, can automatically detect and merge duplicate entries, and this will allow you to have standardized text formats or correct errors based on the context that you give to the AI. And when you can automate this type of data cleanup for other businesses, you are not only saving them time, but you're also making them more profitable as a result. Which means, again, it's a profitable service that you are offering, so you can charge accordingly for this type of service. Next, let's speak about financial reconciliation. And this is all about matching transactions in an automatic way. Most businesses are still doing this manually, where they are reconciliating information, reconciliating data using very old manual methods. And that is a nightmare. But with AI, you can use historical data to learn patterns, and then you can auto-categorize entries, you can flag duplicates, and you can also spot suspicious transactions. And you have a bunch of tools like Xero or QuickBooks that you can combine with AI. And with this integration, you can make reconciliation a breeze. When you offer the solution to finance teams, they would pay good money to save countless hours in this process, because it's a process that can not only save them time, but also make them more money. And again, this is super important and key to the services that we are offering right here. The next thing is email triage and routing. And just picture this for a moment. Imagine that your inbox is a battlefield, and it's something that personally I also struggle with. There's a lot of emails coming in. Some are good emails in the sense that they can be of service where someone is genuinely asking for something of value. There are others which are just pure junk. There's cold emails, cold selling, and nothing wrong with cold emails, but it depends what type of email it is as well at the end of the day. Using these types of AI-powered, let's call them email assistants, you can scan these incoming messages, you can detect the topic or urgency of the message, and you can auto-route these emails to the right person or department. Plus, AI can also draft reply templates that are based on similar past responses. So businesses with heavy customer communication would literally jump at the chance to streamline their inbox management system and not have to deal with this manually and one at a time. Because again, just like reconciliation, just like spreadsheets with invalid entries, this is a manual process which takes time that can be spent on better things that move the business forward. So that is the next thing. Moving forward, we have document creation and formatting. And here, instead of spending hours copy pasting information into proposals or creating customized reports, you or businesses that you work with can use AI tools to generate clean, branded documents with just a few inputs. Some teams even integrate these AI models directly into their CRM. So data literally gets pulled automatically, and this sets up automated documentation systems. If you are doing this for other companies, there's also a lot that you can offer because it's a scalable thing that helps businesses the more volume they deal with. And again, you can charge accordingly for this type of services. So don't sleep on this one. The next thing is all about meeting scheduling and coordination. I don't think that there's anyone that enjoys the endless email back and forth, trying to set up meetings, finding the right times, and so on and so forth. But with AI scheduling assistants like Calendly, like Google Calendar, and plugins that you can build that go along with these types of tools, you can literally find common time slots for yourself and for others. You can handle time zone differences, and you can even send out agendas automatically. You can offer this as a service, and you'll be saving companies tons of coordination time. If you do it for yourself, you'll also become more effective, more efficient, because you won't have to keep going back and forth to find the time to meet someone. Your AI can understand your calendar, can pull in the times when you are available, and it can communicate this to the right people immediately, promptly, without all that back and forth needed on your end. So definitely another time saver that you can or you should consider. Next, let's speak about ticket management and escalation. And this is huge for different teams. With AI powered systems like Zendesk, for example, that's the big one that comes to mind. You can auto classify tickets, you can tag them based on urgencies or categories. And you can even suggest responses using specific knowledge bases. So the suggested replies will always be in the tone of voice using data that the company or your own company is all about, and it's all good stuff. If you can automate someone's ticketing workflow, it is a very valuable business proposition. And as a business solution, this is also something that would save people time. It would save them reputation because when someone is angry about a service or product, they want to get an answer right now. When they don't, things tend to escalate. Whereas if you get in touch with the person immediately and offer a solution, that is the first step to making it better or less worse than it is at that moment. So definitely another thing to consider for yourself and for other businesses to offer as a service. The next thing I wanted to mention is CRM data entry and syncing. And here you can use AI to transcribe calls, to summarize notes, and to automatically update your CRM. There's a lot of tools in this area, but tools like Otter.ai do this seamlessly. So your sales team doesn't have to manually log every call. And here you can also be helping companies keep their CRM data accurate without any extra effort. And the focus on that without any extra effort is a service that many companies will be glad to invest in. And even if it's for yourself, keeping records up to date, knowing who you've contacted and what you've said and when to follow up, that is pure data gold. So don't sleep on this. Again, use AI, use automation, and it's something that you can build for yourself to solve your own problems and then sell that to other companies as well. The next thing I want to mention is inventory and supply chain management. Essentially, the TLDR is that inventory management doesn't have to be a guessing game. With AI powered tools, you can monitor stock levels in real time, you can predict demand patterns, and you can also automatically trigger reorders when the stock gets low. And for companies that depend on inventory management, this is a great solution that they would definitely pay for because the last thing they want is for levels to get that low without having a solution when customers want to buy more stuff. So that is definitely an important solution that you can offer to these companies. And finally, we also have internal process compliance. And this is another area where AI can automatically route approval documents to the right people and verify content for compliance with company policies. And this is the important part. It's all about knowing what is good, what is bad, what can be accepted, and what cannot be accepted. For instance, if you are integrating AI with document management systems, this ensures that nothing literally slips through the crack. And this is great for streamlining compliance processes for different types of businesses. And it's also another big opportunity in the types of systems that you can build for yourself, that you can automate for clients, for companies, and that gets you paid big bucks because you are solving big problems. Before I wrap up this video, I want to give a quick shout out to the video that inspired this one. And it was essentially a video by the AI startup where the guy, Greg, speaks about how a quick way to build something, a SaaS solution, is to look at the export buttons in the software tools that you use. And once you start looking at this from an export button is a problem that you can solve, because if people need to export data out of a software, they need to connect it to something else. They need to do something else with it. So this was the video that inspired this, and I just wanted to give a shout out to that video as well. And I'll link that in the description below. So moving forward, what I urge you to do is consider the problems that you can help solve for yourself and for others. And also start thinking about this export button question. When you hit the export button, can you build an automation that solves a problem? Because if you can, chances are that there are people that would benefit from that as well. All right, so those were the 10 workflows that you can automate and even package as a service. My question to you is, which of these would make you the most excited to build, to implement, and to sell? So let me know that in the comments below. And in the meantime, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos about these topics. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.